YouTube podcast world. What's good, family? You already know the name, man. Pays and Plays podcast here. We're gonna give y'all that NFL Super Wild Card playoff weekend picks and predictions, man. You guys hit the like button, subscribe, bro. It's been a great season, and I might as well come out front, give you the overall record. After doing everything, all the math, going back, I gave y'all a half point sometime during the season. So in the season, we finished 63 and 28. Yes, 63 and 28. That is almost a 70% winning. Yes. So 69, some change, almost 70% winning this season. Hell of a season, man. Very, very good season. Cannot complain at it. We hope to carry the momentum into the playoffs. So since we're talking about playoffs, let's not get into it, man. We got Saturday, we got the LA Rams traveling to Carolina, taking on the Panthers. Panthers 10.5 point underdogs. Simple. Panthers to cover, Rams to win. And I know it's complicated, right? Should people probably think should Carolina deserve to be in the playoffs? Honestly, no. You lost the game, you should have won. You had two opportunities, you blew it. So I don't think they should have, but when you win division games, it do matter. That happens. Now on the Rams side, they have been sloppy. They have been playing a little bit of poor, but with Devontae Adams back, you do know that there is going to be some more offensive rhythm and flow. But I'm looking at this defense to why I got the Panthers to cover because this Rams secondary isn't stopping anybody. I mean, they're really not. And I mean, I'm sure the Panthers going to go back to film and look at that last matchup against the Rams and say, well, we did good on this, we did good on this. And honestly, if they run the ball, keep that pass rush on edge with the Rams and be able to throw a couple passes, Bryce Young needs to be able to make these passes. He missed a few passes against the Buccaneers where, hell, they could have won the game if he just made these couple throws here and there. Stop with the jump passes. I don't get why he does that, but I do see this Panthers defense also getting to Stafford. I just see it being one of those games, bro, where they do cover this game again. I'm not saying it's going to be the prettiest. I ain't gonna say it's going to be the nicest, but you give me Carolina at home where they actually play very productive at. It's going to be competitive all four quarters. 10.5 is a lot of points, especially in the playoffs, especially a home team hosting the game, 10.5 point underdogs. That's a lot. I respect the Rams, however, though, too. So I'm gonna take the Rams to win this game, but I'm definitely taking the Panthers to cover. Next game, we got the Green Bay Packers at the Chicago Bears. Why does this have to be an Amazon Prime game, by the way? I hate that had to happen. This line is fluctuating. So you're seeing Bears 1.5 favorites, 1.5 underdogs on the Packers, Packers one. So it depends on wherever you get your lines at. Just line search. My mind tells me to take the Packers to win and cover. But you know what? Let's not entertain the side. Let's entertain a total. I'm actually going with an under. Yes, Key is going with an under. Key unders is something you will never really hear me say. But hear me out on this. All right. Both teams have some big problems. All right. My Packers, we'll start with them since they're a road team. Simply injuries. I mean, injuries. They're limping into the playoffs, which they did last season. Look how that turned out, right? You know, I think their approach is going to be let's run the ball, let's play a little conservative, and then when we need to be aggressive, we'll be aggressive. This defense on the other side for the Packers, bro, who do you have? You know, I got told that Travion Diggs got signed and they made it seem like, bro, what did that mean, bro? That doesn't really even show me anything, bro. I mean, we don't have a pass rush. You can really barely stop the run. But I do like to go under because I also look at this Bears team. I don't know if Adunze is going to be playing. That's a concern if you're going to be backing the Bears. You know they're going to run the ball, but they just looked at really sloppy against the Lions team when you have all your starters other than Dunze playing. They just looked real sloppy on offense, and both of these teams are probably going to slow this game down, and they're going to run the ball a lot. I see it being, let me see, last time, what was it? I mean, it was 16-6 until the debacle happened with the Packers. So I mean, the game flow shows that it's probably going to be I think both games went under. Was crazy enough. So I could see it being a third time the charm. I could see it being another under, another ugly game. It could possibly be like a 17, I could say a 17-13 game. And, the under hits and whoever you decide to pick wins. I mean, like I said, as a Packer fan, I would say Packers, but I'm not picking, like I said, I'm not picking a side in this game. I'm trying to not be biased. I respect what the Bears have done, what Ben Johnson has done this season. But Matt LaFleur has to get it. He has to get his shit together this year. We know that DC that he got is probably on the verge of getting a head coaching gig. So we need to make everything that's possible possible. We got Jordan Love. We got somebody who is comfortable being in the playoffs. So I think we'd be able to have the edge, but it's all on who's going to have the better ground game. And that's what I'm kind of like leaning it on both sides because both teams can run the ball. So under 45.5 is a good lean, I would say. Next game, we got the we got the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, I don't know why I had a tongue twister. Buffalo Bills at the Duval Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars plus 1.5 point underdogs. I'm going with the Jags to win and cover. Jags to win and cover. I went back and forth with this one. A couple things. This defense at home in Jacksonville is going to be a problem for the Bills. We still know about Josh Allen with this foot injury. So I mean, he's going to be running for his life eventually when it comes to it. And I mean, listen, dog, I respect the Bills, but they're not the healthiest team between the two. You can run on this Bills team. And when you start running on this Bills team, that play action will work, and they're going to get exposed in the secondary. Now, don't get me wrong, Tre'Davious White has been playing phenomenal since he came back with the Bills. He has been playing great, but I do believe Liam Cohen just finds ways to game plan this offense to success. And this is what I'm saying with the Bills. Like you got Josh Allen, you got Cook, right? You got two guys who are very great backfield, players. They're very good in the backfield, but other than those two guys, who was willing to step up on the offensive side? And that's when I have problems picking out who. You signed Brandon Cooks, but I mean, hasn't done nothing since he's been there. Keon Coleman, you've been making them healthy scratches, so that tells me that there's something wrong. So I really wonder, and the over under is like 51.5, 52.5, something like that. I would lean under because I pretty much think the Jags, but the Jags can score points, and that's the thing. If they can minimize what the Bills like to do in the run game, if they can shut down the run game, you're going to force Josh Allen to have to throw. And I mean, he's a good passer, but that's when you're going to want to get him because that pass rush is just going to be so hungry. And by the way, I have been looking at, just looking at stuff that's going on. The public loves the Bills to win a Super Bowl. So you're hearing this first. It's a public alert. They might be a big favorite. They might be a big public favorite by the time Sunday comes around. I mean, if they're the biggest, I believe they're the biggest one to win the Super Bowl. So that tells me that every matchup into the Super Bowl, they may be a big public favorite. So give me the Jags to win and cover. Good underdog upset. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, man. Best Bets has been real, man. Check the Patreon link. Only like $9 a month, bro. I mean, come on, you guys know you can spend $20 on gas, $20 go to eat by yourself. Y'all know what it is, bro. It's very good time, bro. I had questions on why I would charge my mans for picks. But if you've been around, bro, $10 is gonna make you times 10 of that money back. I guarantee it. All right. If I never on this channel help you make $100 once, I have failed. I think I have helped you make $100 at least once, but you know how it goes, bro. Some people are just never satisfied. But anyway, Next game, we got, let's see, we got my mind. Yes, okay. San Francisco 49ers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles 4.5 point favorites. This one's tough, man, because this one was three, then it went up 3.5. So line has been fluctuating, but 4.5, I do lean towards the 49ers to cover. I believe Eagles still win, but like, I don't know. I have questions with Sirianni, bro, because I would at least play my stars in the first half, bro, against Washington and then call it a day. You didn't play him at all when you could have been a number two seed, but now you're number three seed. I really have want to play Green Bay than play the 49ers first round. That's just me. I'm looking at this 49ers team. They can run the ball very well. Philly is a little stagnant against the run. So I do see the 49ers targeting that run game as their main priority, especially with Kyle Shanahan. You know he's going to find schemes and ways to open up the run game. Purdy has been very confident, minus last week. But my thing is, if they're going to start doing well in the pass game, they got to run the ball first and then start doing that play action fake to Kittle. Because I do think Kittle will help open up the pass game if they run the ball very well. He is going to be the guy to help open it up. Because Kittle does make, bro, I always say he makes two, three big plays in a game that can change everything. That's just what George Kittle can do. I don't know if I think Jennings should be coming back. He should be playing this game. Pearsall should be playing, and I don't think Pearsall's bad. I think Pearsall's actually pretty solid. A little bit of an injury problem, but when he's on the field, he's productive. Now, the defense is going to scare you if you pick the 49ers. You know this defense is, I mean, it's mid-tier, bro. The fact that Robert Saleh, coaching wise, has been A1, you gotta give him a hell of a job for that because this defense is mid. But I do think they're somewhat competitive because it's all on Jalen Hurts sometimes, bro. I don't know what it is with Jalen Hurts. I don't know if it's confidence issues this year or new OC again, which I'm thinking that's probably what it is. It's a little confusing for him. But I do see points scored. I think over under is like 46.5. I wouldn't lean towards over, but I could see where it could push the over. Because if it's about a 23-20 game, and you know how it goes, bro. If a team kick a field, if 49ers kick a field goal and they down, then I mean next field goal, somebody gonna probably win, bro. Y'all know how this goes. So I'm a little bit, weary with the total, but I do like the 49ers plus 4.5. I don't think they win, but I wouldn't mind a little sprinkle on a live dog because 4.5, that does mean a lot, bro. It could be a 21-17 game. They lose by four, you still get covered by the hook. Next game, we got Sunday Night Football. We got the LA Chargers at the New England Patriots. Patriots 3.5 point favorites. This one is tough. I would say because I kind of think Chargers have a legit shot to win this game. I don't know how they do it, but it is a very possibility because the way I look at it, Patriots, I like Drake May, bro. Drake May to me should be MVP. I don't see why they're trying to compare him to Stafford. It should be MVP, should be Drake May for what he has done this season. However, though, this defense is like really the thing. Like the Patriots defense is very mid. I mean, you asked me who they played against, bro. They played against Buffalo when they were up 21 zip and lost that. So that tells you that their defense is very vulnerable. And when I look at the Chargers defensively, they held their own all year. And it's going to be a challenge for Drake May and the boys. And also with the Chargers, they can run the football. Another offensive line has been very, messed up and banged up all year, but they can run the ball. And this New England team struggles sometimes against the run. So a play that I would look at that sneaky, I would check on Amari Hampton rushing props. And what's the other guy name, bro? The guy that was, what is it, Vele or something like that? The second string guy that was playing from Troy. I would maybe look at those props. See if you can get some value because number two running back's gonna get some clock too. So I would look into that. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Chargers win this game. Now, 3.5, speaking of which, I would take Chargers cover 3.5 because it could be a game-winning field goal situation that comes down to it with the Patriots. So, yeah, give me Chargers to cover. I'm very unsure on who wins, though. I'm just going to be completely honest on that. That's just how I do it. And lastly, we got Monday Night Football, the nightcap. We got the Houston Texans going out to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers. This line has been changing. If you like three, there's a -3 on DraftKings right now. Other than that, there's 3.5 everywhere else. I'm taking Texas to win and cover. I even put them on the money line. I took 2.5 when it was there quickly. It teleported once I took 2.5. This defense for Houston is legit. Okay. They've and I've been saying it all year, bro. Aaron Rodgers to me is one of my favorite quarterbacks as a Packer fan, obviously. And I'm kind of glad he is in the playoffs, but this Texas team is coming and they're coming strong. They're coming hard, bro. I do think Houston is maybe the most underrated team in the playoffs. I do think they can possibly make the Super Bowl, at least the AFC Championship game. That's a bold prediction I'm saying out front, but I do think that's very possible. This team with the Steelers, I mean, they got lucky. We know that. We saw what happened Sunday night. They got very lucky. This defense isn't stopping anybody. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think they'll give Houston some issues because our Houston offensive line is they've been better, but they're still a little in. They've been better though, like I mentioned. They need to be able to try to run with Woody Marks. I want to get to some Woody Marks rushing props. I think that would be a good thing to look into. I believe this past Sunday I did Jaden Higgins anytime touchdown. What made me really do that? I have no idea, but I would look at some of the other guys other than Nico Collins because they're going to be, bro, this offense is going to be able to move down the field on Pittsburgh. Now, will Pittsburgh be able to move the ball down the field on Houston? That's another thing. I've seen the team total for the Steelers. It's around 20.5, 21. I would lean under. I think the team total makes sense to go under Pittsburgh if you like Houston to win and cover outright. That just makes to me, it's a realistic idea. And yeah, man, the money line as well for Houston is not a bad value. So I wouldn't mind it. I love Aaron Rodgers, man, but like the time is now at this point with him. It is, bro. This Houston team has been hot the last 2 years. They've been in the playoffs 3 years in a row now. So, and this is one of the hottest teams coming in. That is a little concerning because you may think it may be a big public team, and that is something that I'm kind of looking at under the radar. I did take 2.5, like I mentioned. I would still play that -3 as well. So don't feel worried because I took 2.5. It's just you get these lines quickly as possible. But that concludes wild card picks and predictions, man. You guys hit the like button, subscribe, pass the word around, man. Stay tuned, man. Pay attention to the YouTube shorts. I post college basketball picks. I got something up. So let's have a very great, productive week, a great weekend, great vibes all around, man. Continue to be safe out here. And as always, man, let's get this money. You feel me?